1, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Howdy folks, thanks for checking out the lesson here for Long Black Veil. As you just saw and heard, I've created two arrangements for this lesson for both sections of the tune. The first time through, we'll learn a Carter style straight ahead version, and the second time through, we're going to learn an intermediate to advanced flat picking solo. I'm gonna walk through everything note for note, measure for measure, and if you're wanting to download the tabs, download the audio tracks, access the full-length lesson, both arrangements, click the link in the description to learn how. All right, let's dive in. All right, so let's go ahead and put those first few measures up of the first arrangement here, the Carter style arrangement for Long Black Veil. And I got a pickup on beat 2, and I'll play them through and then break them all down. So here they are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So again, I got that pickup on beat 2, so that first marking there is a quarter note rest. And then just pretty simple here, just 2 quarter notes on the open D, and then another quarter note on the 2nd fret of the D. Pretty straightforward. Then measure 2, play an open G note, and then I'm gonna strum the G chord. Notice I'm sticking to the highest sounding 3 strings. And if you hit more than that, that's totally fine, but I'm just kind of, to clean things up, a little sharper, just to hit those highest sounding 3 strings there, the G, the B, and the E. So, open G, strum, and then we do an open G again. And then here I do a strum or a downstroke, but on the upstroke, I'm gonna hit the 2nd fret of the G. Okay, so 4 and. So you gotta get that 2nd finger into place there on the 2nd fret of the G. And then going on to measure 3, I can kind of continue on with this 8th note run essentially. And then open G, 2nd fret D on the upstroke, and then open D. And then I will do a full strum or down up on the G chord. And then 0-2 on the G. Okay, so watch your right hand here. Make sure you pay attention to the down up strokes. Down picks on down beats and up picks on up beats is the rule of thumb. So let me play those first 2.5 measures. So 3, 4, 1. And then measure 4, the melody goes to the B note. I'm going to play the open B string in this case. And then I do the down up strum, play the open B string again. And then here, we're going to do like kind of half a strum or a downstroke. And then on the up, play the first fret of the B with the first finger. So 4 and... So kind of need to be controlled in the right hand, right? Relax yet control is what I often say. So those 4 real quick and then we'll move on. 3, 4, 1. Moving on, next 4 sound like this. On just a bit there, but so there's some tricky spots there we'll work on here in a second, and but I back up to measure 5 now, and again I kind of came from that first fret on the B string and then measure 5, the downbeat, we're gonna kind of continue the 8th note run there. So open B, 2nd fret G, and then open G, and then we strum. And then 4 on the D, then open G. That's an F sharp note there. So then measure 6, go to the D chord. I'm gonna finger the D chord here, pretty typically. And then 2nd fret of the G, I strum. 2nd fret again of the G. And then 2-0 pull on the G, and then 2-4 hammer. I'm gonna come off that D chord a little bit, and then hammer with my 3rd finger, and then I go back to D or the 2nd fret of the G, strum, and then here I do 4-2 again, but this time I'm gonna use my pinky, just because it's available. You can use your 3rd finger again as well. You could come off the D. But the pinky just is available, and I feel comfortable using it. So either one will work. So a little bit of fingering things here. 6 and 7. You could do 2-4 hammer with your pinky right here as well. It'd be even more efficient. I like using my 3rd finger. Song is slow, so we have a little bit more leeway. So just a couple options there for fingering. That totally works. And going to measure 8, I go to the C chord, but play the open G note. Strum, open G, 2nd fret D. Okay. So those 4 all together. 1, 2, ready, go. Then going on here, measures 9 and 10. I'm going to take the first ending. We have 2 different endings here. And the first time we're going to go 9, 10, and then back to measure 2. That's how we have the repeat set up. So again, first time, 9, 10, back to measure 2. The second time, we will go measure 9, skip 10, go to 11, the second ending, right? So 9 to 11, and then moving on into the second part of the tune. So measures 9 and 10, we go back to the G chord, but we land on the open D note. That's where the melody is. So D, and we strum down up. me just kind of fill space here. 0-2 hammer on the A. Strum. First ending, measure 10. Low string, 3rd fret. There, the low G note. We strum. And then here we kind of pick back up into the melody, much like in the first measure, but here, here's the pickup. Okay, so we go from 9 back to measure 2. Open D, then 2-0 pull on the D. And then measure 2. Okay. Now I'm going to cover measure 11 and 12. So for the second ending, I would go down the line again and go to measure 9. This time we go to measure 11 for the second ending. Similar but slightly different here. So low string, down, up, and then a downstroke across the whole G chord essentially. So 1, 2, and 3. And then a 0-2 hammer on the D string for the pickup. We go to measure 12 here, the second part. Open G over the C chord. And then G string, open, 2nd fret D. Okay, so that starts the second half of the tune. Cool, so there's the first section of the Carter style arrangement. I'm gonna play through everything and take the first ending here just one time through. You can see it all go by. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Ending. Second measure. Okay, so there's the first half of the Carter style arrangement. If you want to access the entire lesson, both arrangements, download the tabs and the audio tracks, access the slowdowner and looper, click the link in the description to learn how. Otherwise, you can watch some other videos that are similar to this one here if you kind of click around me if you're watching on YouTube. And yeah, that's about it. Take care.